Good day everyone. Today, our group will discuss about internet connectivity. As we all know, we are now in a digital age. Sa ngayon, hindi lang natin nagagamit ang internet for entertainment. It can also be a tool for learning, teaching, and communication. Pero, hindi lahat ay may access sa stable and affordable internet, which may affect education's quality. So now, we will discuss internet connectivity. Internet connectivity means being able to connect to the internet using different ways. Like for example, using Wi-Fi or mobile data. As an ICT policy, ito naman ay tumutukoy sa mga government or institutional rules and program na naninigurado na merong affordable, reliable, and accessible internet para sa ating lahat. In-implement ang ICT policy na to promote, first is digital education. Many schools, universities, and students like us ay nag-rely sa internet for online learning, research, and digital tools. With stable and affordable internet, schools can offer better learning opportunities for all students. Second one is to help businesses and workers. With the help of internet, yung mga businesses can connect with customers and operate efficiently, giving more people the opportunities to earn a living kahit nasan man sila. Kasi, pwede na silang mag-work from the comfort of their home. And the third one is to improve government services. Marami sa mga government services ngayon ay pwede na natin ma-access online, like yung sa bagong Montalban app. Pwede natin to gamitin to request healthcare assistance, so by the help of this policy, pwede na natin ma-access yung mga services na to efficiently. Sa pamamagitan ng pagpapatupad ng policy na to, the government and organization ensures that the internet is not just for some. It should be available to all. Pwede itong makatulong sa pagbuo ng isang connected and progressive society. And the next one is the example of this ICT policy. It was also known as the Republic Act No. 10929. In this law, it mandates the government na mag-provide ng free Wi-Fi access in public places like sa mga schools, universities, mga libraries, parks, and transport terminals. Ini-aim ng law na to na makatulong sa mga students and teachers na magkaroon ng easy access sa mga educational resources, and also para makatulong din sa mga businesses and workers by making communication and digital services more accessible. Sa pamamagitan ng law na to, mas maraming Filipino ang magkakaroon ng pagkakataong mag-benefit sa mga opportunities brought by technology.
Good day everyone, my name is Maika Gabani and our topic is all about internet connectivity, and today I will be discussing to you about the importance of internet connectivity. So, internet connectivity is crucial for modern life as it provides access to information, education, healthcare, communications, and government services, and etc. So, for education, we can access through online learning platforms, vast educational resources, and collaboration tools for students and teachers, facilitating distance learning and personalized study. For healthcare naman, telemedicine consultations, access to medical information, and patient monitoring system, especially beneficial for those in remote areas. For communication, connecting with friends and family globally through email, social medias, video calls, and messaging apps. For the government services, it provides online access to government services, application, and information, streamlining citizens and interaction. So that's why being connected with the internet is important or essential. So in today's era, the internet has become unavoidable in our daily life, and Using appropriate use of internet, it makes our life easy, fast, and simple. Also, it bridges communications gaps, provides limitless access to information. And without internet connectivity, the progress in many industries would slow down and access essential services and opportunities would be significantly limited. So the internet has become one of the most important parts of our daily lives. It is a huge source of knowledge and information. So we can learn many things from the internet, and it allows us to talk with our friends, relatives through video calls and messages. We can play games, watch videos, listen to music, and through um, online educations and work from home jobs are possible. That's why being connected with the internet is very essential in our daily life.
Good day everyone, my name is Josie Rinasis and I'm going to discuss is all about internet connectivity challenges in the Philippines. The digital divide. The digital divide refers to the gap between those with access to modern information and communication technology or ICT and those without. In the Philippines, this divide is started between urban and rural areas. The first challenges is indicate infrastructure. Limited infrastructure, especially in our remote areas, hinders internet service deployment. Many rural or remote areas lack access to high-speed internet due to the absence of fiber optic cables, cell towers, or other necessary infrastructure. Poor quality of existing infrastructure, aging or damaged infrastructure can lead to slow speed, frequent outages, and other connectivity issues. The second challenges is high cost. The high cost of internet access and devices is prohibitive for many low-income Filipinos. High cost of internet plans, many individuals and families cannot afford the high cost of internet plans, especially in low-income communities. The cost of devices and equipment such as computers, smartphones, and routers can be prohibitively expensive for some individuals. The last challenges is natural disasters. Typhoons and earthquakes frequently disrupt connectivity and infrastructure. Natural disasters such as hurricanes, floods, and wildfires can damage or destroy internet infrastructures, leading to connectivity outages. Inclement weather such as heavy rain can disrupt internet connectivity. Physical obstructions such as hills, mountains, or buildings can block or weaken internet signals.
Which means that let's just imagine it in a simple way. So just like, for instance, you have a really important phone call to make. If you only have one phone and then it breaks, you can't make the call. But if you have two phones or even a landline as a backup, you can still, of course, you can still make a call even if the other phone is broken, right? They're having like extra tools or ways of doing things. Let's say for instance, if a big storm damages the main internet cables, having a backup system like undergrounds or satellite means people can still stay connected. It was actually all about making a system stronger and reliable so that they keep working even if there are problems. Next is the public-private partnership. Imagine a town where internet is very expensive or not just available. The government could team up with internet companies to offer cheaper internet plans or even give away discounted tablets or laptops to families who needs them. So this is what public-private partnership means. It actually means sharing the networks and cost to make the internet more accessible to everyone. Number 3 is let's just for instance, let's think for a village that is very far from the city. The government could pay to build new internet cables or put up wireless towers to bring internet service into that village. So this is the government-led initiative, wherein the government was taking action to solve the problem itself and to make the internet available to more people.